Okay. So for today's session, let's find out formation of beats. Means beats that we need to know first. What beat is exactly, and in our next part of this particular lecture, we'll see the frequency of a beat. So what exactly beat is? That is nothing but in our day-to-day life. In music, we used to say a sound of a higher frequency, or we used to see a sound of lower frequency. So what exactly do you mean by beat? Beat is nothing but how a beat is supposed to form. It is nothing but a formation of alternate sound of maximum and minimum frequency, of or due to superposition of two waves or two energies, two waves of nearly equal frequency. So now, why? What exactly do you mean by beat? Beat we already know, because in music. So this means that this is also one kind of beat. What beat is? Nothing but means a maximum sound, minimum sound. So maximum sound in a physics we used to call it as a wax, or the process is called as a waxing, and minimum sound of a frequency is called as a wane or waning. Or we can say that you can call it as a waning. So the production of, or the formation of, what do you mean by beat? It is the formation of alternate sound. Alternate means if there is a sound of maximum frequency, then afterward for a particular time interval we will get a sound of a minimum frequency, again maximum frequency, then again minimum frequency. So this is whole repetitive process is called as a beat, right? So how beat is supposed to form? Why beat is supposed to form? That is how and why. That is two questions. How these two we can say that beat is supposed to form means how is supposed to be. We can say the maximum minimum sound will get produced just because of a which process? Process of a superposition. Means when at a say this is your ear, right? And there is a one wave supposed to be reaching to your ear, another wave. I am just talking about which wave? Sound wave, right? Two sound waves, say, right? So these two sound waves are supposed to reaching to your ear, right? And as these two sound waves are reaching to your ear, and that means they are coming together. That means what kind of process is supposed to happen over there? Superposition is supposed to happen. That means when a superposition is supposed to happen, that means two sound waves are coming together. What these speciality of those sound waves? They supposed to have a nearly equal frequency. So this is very important. Means if this is nothing but if this first wave is supposed to have a frequency say n1, second wave is supposed to have a frequency n2. That means n1 is not a large greater than the n2. So n1 and n2 they are approximately equal, but they are not equal, right? Approximately they are equal, right? So when such a two waves of a nearly equal frequency coming together, they are supposed to superimpose. What you supposed to get? That is the ultimate frequency of a maximum frequency and minimum frequency, sound of a maximum and minimum frequency. Now we understood now what do you mean by how the beat is supposed to form. But mathematically, if we wanted to find out the frequency of a maximum sound, means after how much time we will get frequency of a maximum sound, after how much time it will we will get the sound of a minimum frequency. So the inverse of that particular so because the time required to complete or the time required to come next minima, that are minimum sound, so that time is called as the period of a that particular we can say that beat, right? Or period of a minima, or period of a, we can say that when minimum sound, the frequency of a minimum sound is called as a when. So when first when come, after how much time next successive when will arrive. So the time required to produce or the time required to reach frequency of a or the sound of a minimum frequency, that time interval between two successive vein is called as the period of that vein, and the time interval between two successive wax is called as the time interval for the, we can say that, wax. The sound of a maximum frequency is called as a wax, right, or waxing. That process is called as waxing, and the time required to arrive or to produce the frequency, the sound of a maximum frequency, the time interval is nothing but is called the t, and the inverse of t is nothing but we can say that frequency. So this frequency is our we can say that this frequency is a necessity, or the frequency that we wanted to calculate in this lecture. So what we need to do, we need to find out first these two superposition, how that particular bit will going to produce, what will be its frequency. So for that purpose, now we understood what we mean by beat. Now how beat can be, we can say that, produce, how to produce a beat. So that is a criteria for the today's session. So what criteria is, that is nothing but say first sound wave which is reaching to your ear, second sound wave which is reaching to your next to your ear. So the frequency or the displacement due to this wave of your ear, that means that is equals to y1 will be equals to a1 sine of, or you can keep it as a sine of 2 pi n1t. And the next wave which is going to move to your ear and it displaces your ear band. म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस ही वेव्ह तुमच्या कानामध्ये जाईल तर त्यावेळेस तुमच्या कानाला किती पद्धतीने व्हायब्रेट करेल, आणि त्या व्हायब्रेट करत असताना तुमच्या कानाची डिस्प्लेसमेंट काय झाली ते जर शोधायचं असेल तर त्यासाठी इक्वेशन लिहिता येईल. दॅट इज इक्वल्स टू y2 a sin of 2 pi n2t. सो आता ह्या इक्वेशन्स वरून आपल्याला कळलं असेल, वी कॅन ऑब्झर्व दिस इक्वेशन. फ्रॉम दिस इक्वेशन व्हाट वी कॅन से दॅट this amplitude of the both we can say that both energies is equal, but what is the difference over there? Frequencies are different. Here frequency is n1, here frequency is n2. So that's the reason why when how beat is supposed to form when such a two waves are superimposed. Superimposed means they are going to add. That means we will write down the resultant wavefront resultant displacement here we will get, that is equals to y will be equals to y1 plus y2. So by adding this, put the value of y1, that is equal to a sine of 2 pi n1t plus y2 is equal to a sine of 2 pi n2t, isn't it? Take a common. So what will be in the bracket? That is equal to sine of 2 pi n1t plus, if I take a common from this term, what exactly I will get over here? What will remain over there? That is equal to sine of 2 pi n2t. Right now we have one particular angle over here, so that is equal to, this is one particular angle, this is the second particular angle. If you change here 2 pi is there, here 2 pi is there, here t is there, here t we have, but the difference between the two angles is due to n1 and n2. If the values of n1 and n2 are different, then in that particular case the whole angle will get changed, right? Now which formula here we will use? So that is equal to sine c plus sine of d, that will be is equal to 2 sine of c plus d divided by 2 into cos of c minus d divided by 2. So this formula I will use over here. So what is the c in this case? This whole angle is c over here. What is the d in this case? This whole angle of it will be there. So sine c plus sine d means sine c plus sine d. This formula I will use over here, right? So how to use that formula right now? Now a will be as it is, y will be is equals to a as it is, a will be remain as it is. Now sine c plus d. So sine c plus d is 2 times of sine of c plus d. That means these two angles are get added divided by 2. This two angle means 2 pi n1t plus 2 pi n2t. 2 pi n1t plus 2 pi n2t divided by 2 into cos of c minus d divided by 2, cos of c minus d divided by 2. So but what is the c over there? That is important. What is c over there? Okay, cos of, I write a little low, cos of c minus d. So what is the c minus d over there? C minus d is nothing but what is c? 2 pi n1t, 2 pi n1t minus 2 pi n2t, that is equals to d, 2 pi n2t, right? And whole divided by 2 whole divided by 2, isn't it? Right? So y will be is equals to, what is the common in the bracket, that is 2 pi and t. I will write down 2 pi first and t later. So this take to this outside. So twice a in bracket sine of, what will remain over there? 2 pi I am keeping common. So what will remain here? That is equals to n1 plus n2 divided by 2. You may say that where is the t? I am writing a t over here. So what I took a common? 2 pi and t. 2 pi I wrote first and the t later. So if I take a 2 pi common from here, this term, and t from this term, 2 pi from this term and t from this term. So what will remain over there? 2 pi I wrote over here and small t I wrote over here. So what will remain here? n1 plus n2 divided by 2. So this is the term over it is as it is. So cos of. Again same thing I am doing. I am taking 2 pi and t common. So 2 pi I will write first. That what will remain in over there? That is equals to n1 minus n2 divided by 2 in remaining t. Right? So this is nothing but we got a equation. But right now, what to do? Just place or put or consider, or you can say that you can consider. What you need to consider over here? That R will be is equal to, that is the resultant amplitude. R is equals to what it is? What I just need to put, that is equals to twice a cos of in bracket twice pi in bracket, right? n1 minus n2 divided by 2 into small t. So this is nothing but a resultant amplitude, and instead of n1 plus n2 divided by 2, instead of n1 plus n2 divided by 2, I am going to place n. So by placing these two values over here, so what you will get? Y will be is equal to, for twice a cos of, I am going to place, for twice a cos of, I am going to place capital R. So capital R will be is equals to, capital R will be is equals to into sine of 2 pi. Now instead of n1 plus n2 divided by 2, what I am going to place? n1 plus n2 divided by 2 is nothing but n into t. So this is nothing but a resultant wave is also, we can say that, simple harmonic. Resultant wave is also periodic. Resultant wave is repetitive. So whatever the sound, when these two sounds are reaching to your ear, you doesn't feel that something is another other than repetition. Means if I just doing like that, repetitive sound, if you can able to listen. So what exactly supposed to happen over there? You will get that sensation, right? So repetitive sensation will be there. But right now we don't want to stop over here. What we wanted to find out? We wanted to find out the frequency of a maximum frequency of a sound of a maximum frequency, and we wanted to find out the frequency of a sound of a we can say that when, right? Okay, so how to find it out? So this is nothing but an equation we got. Right now for that purpose we wanted to find out the frequency. So but before that, I already told you, if there is a wax is supposed to produce, then after when is supposed to produce when, then after again wax is supposed to produce, then again when will be there, right? So that means frequency of a maximum frequency sound produce and minimum frequency sound will produce, then after minimum it will produce production of a wax. That means nothing but a frequency of a sound of a maximum frequency, right? And when means sound of a minimum frequency. Such a max minimum always possible with there. So we need to find out first of all the frequency for the wax. So how to find it out? So what exactly is a wax? Wax is nothing but a sound of a maximum frequency. So sound of a maximum frequency. So for that purpose, that R to be maximum. For that purpose, R to be maximum. And how much R to be equal to? R will be is equals to plus minus twice a. So in order to get, we knew that R is equals to what? R is equals to, we have R is equals to, that is equals to twice a cos of 2 pi in bracket n1 minus n2 divided by 2 into small t. So this factor should be is equals to maximum. And how this factor, whole factor to be maximum? Because 2 is a constant, pi is a constant, and the reason is that R will only depend on, because 2 constant, pi constant, R is completely depend on this cos term. So for that purpose, in order to get, for that purpose, this is twice a. For that purpose, in order to get R to be plus twice a, when it is possible that R to be plus twice a, when cos of this factor will be is equals to plus 1. When R will be is equals to minus twice a, when cos of 2 pi n1 minus n2, that will be is equals to into t, that this whole factor will be is equals to minus 1. Right? So let's, in order to get R to be maximum, cos need to be, means this whole bracket, this whole term need to be, need to be n1 minus n2 divided by 2. I am writing that term again into t. That should be is equal to plus minus 1. So when it is a plus 1, R max will be is equal to plus twice a. When this whole term equal to minus 1, that R max will be is equal to we can say that minus 1, right? Now, so that we understood. So take a cos to that particular side. So twice pi n1 minus n2 divided by 2 into t. That whole will be is equal to, that whole term will be is equal to cos. This cos will go to side, it will become cos inverse of plus minus 1. So which are the values for which cos values will be is equal to plus 1 and minus 1? These are 0, pi, then 1 pi, then 2 pi, then 3 pi, then 4 pi, and up to we can say that p pi, and p changes from 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. You may say that, so why you just took a 0 also, pi also, 2 pi also? Because for cos inverse of 0, so cos 0 equal to plus 1, cos 2 pi is equal to plus 1, cos 4 pi will be is equal to plus 1. But what about minus 1? Cos of pi equal to minus 1, cos of 3 pi equal to minus 1. So I just included the values of cos inverse of plus 1 also and cos inverse of minus 1 also. So these are the both values of plus 1 and minus 1. But this again still question is remain that how to find out the frequency. So in order to find out the frequency, we need to find out the time interval between two wax. So time interval between the two wax is nothing but a period of a wax, and inverse of that period is nothing but a frequency, right? So let's find out the equation, general equation for the this particular angle. So that is equal to 2 pi in bracket n1 minus n2 divided by 2. What it is? 2 pi n1 minus n2 divided by 2 into t will be is equals to p pi. Into t will be is equals to p pi. And take a 2 pi and everything to that side, you will get okay, this 2 you can cancel. Take this pi and this pi will also get cancelled. What will remain over there? That is n1 minus n2 into small t will be is equals to p. So take n1 minus n2 that particular side. So t will be is equals to p divided by n1 minus n2, right? So this is the formula. This is the formula what purpose? This is the formula for the first, second, third, fourth wax. So how you will get the time for the first wax? When p is equals to 0, by placing the value of p will be is equals to t will be is equals to t1. That will be is equals to, if I place the value of 0 over it, t will become 0. So at the time means the time at which you started to observe and you start your stopwatch, that time interval which you need to take a 0. Now after how much time, after starting the stopwatch, after how much time you will get the next wax? So for that purpose you need to put p will be is equals to 1. म्हणजे पहिला वॅक्स ऐकू आल्यानंतर पुढचा अजून किती वेळ नंतर पुढचा वॅक्स ऐकू येणार आहे, त्यासाठी तुम्हाला p ची किंमत काय करावं लागेल? त्यासाठी p इक्वल टू 1 प्लेस करावं लागेल कोणत्या ह्या इक्वेशन मध्ये. मग t will be is equals to t1 and putting the value of over here, the formula पुन्हा लिहितो p upon n1 minus n2 by placing the value of p is equals to 1. So what exact equation you will get? 1 divided by n1 minus n2. Again आता पहिला वॅक्स मिळाला, दुसरा मिळाला, तिसरा, चौथा शोधूया. So in order to get a third wax, p need to be 2. After 1 there will be 2. p will be equal to 2. Now t will be is equal to, now we can see that third wax, that is equal to t3. So that will be is equal to, again I am writing the formula p divided by n1 minus n2. This t formula for the t. Now I am going to place value p equal to 2 here. So what exactly over there? So p need to be placed 2 divided by n1 minus n2, right? So again, if I place the p is equal to 3, I will get a fourth wax, that is equal to t4 time interval for that is equal to t4, that is equal to p divided by, again I am putting the value of p is divided by n1 minus n2. Now place the value of p is equal to 3 over here, so you will get a next wax, that is equal to n divided 3 divided by n1 minus n2. In a time axis, if I take a t on a x axis, here I will get a first wax, t1 will be at this point. So from 0 to particular time interval, you will get this whole time will be is equal to t2, right? Now next, it will be equal to, yes, it is equal to t2. It is equal to, say this is equal to t2, right? T2. From after how much time next wax you will get? That is equal to, this is equal to t3. This whole time t3. From next wax, fourth wax, after how much time you will get a fourth wax? that is equals to, that is denoted by later over here, that is equals to T4. So what is the T4? A time interval from starting to fourth point. What this T4 stands, what this T3 stands, what this T2 stands, what this T1 stands. म्हणजे हे T1, T2, T3, T4 काय आहेत? ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही स्टॉप क्लॉक सुरू केलं त्याच्यानंतर किती वेळानंतर तुम्हाला दुसरा वॅक्स ऐकू आला, दॅट इज इक्वल्स टू T2. ज्यानंतर स्टॉप क्लॉक सुरू केल्यानंतर तिसरा वॅक्स किती वेळानंतर ऐकू आला, दॅट इज इक्वल्स टू T3. असं नाहीये की काय म्हणत आपण पहिल्या वॅक्स नंतर दुसऱ्यानंतर तिसरा येण्यासाठी किती वेळ लागला, असं नाही. स्टार्टिंग पासून तुमचा स्टॉप क्लॉक सुरू झाल्यापासून तर पहिला वॅक्स, स्टॉप क्लॉक सुरू झाल्यानंतर दुसरा वॅक्स, स्टॉप क्लॉक सुरू झाल्यानंतर चौथा वॅक्स, अशा पद्धतीने, राईट. पण आता आपल्याला काय नाही, आपण दोन काय नाही, आपण वॅक्स मधलं अंतर शोधायचंय. दोन काय म्हणत आपण, आपल्याला वॅक्स मधलं अंतर शोधायचंय. आता दोन वॅक्स मधला टाइम इंटरव्हल शोधायचा, म्हणजे आपल्याला काय हे एवढा टाइम इंटरव्हल शोधायचा, हा टाइम इंटरव्हल शोधायचा. दोन वॅक्स मधला अंतर म्हणजे काय म्हणत आपण, हा आपल्याला काय म्हणत आपण टाइम इंटरव्हल आपल्याला शोधायचा. कोणता? हा टाइम इंटरव्हल. सो हा टाइम इंटरव्हल केव्हा भेटेल, याच्यातून हा वजा केल्यानंतर हा भेटेल, याच्यातून हा वजा केला तर आपल्याला हा टाइम इंटरव्हल भेटेल. मग आता तो कसा शोधणार? सो हाऊ टू फाइंड इट आउट? सो इन ऑर्डर टू फाइंड आउट दॅट टाइम इंटरव्हल, सो टाइम इंटरव्हल between alternate wax. आता अल्टरनेट वॅक्स केव्हा भेटेल? तर आता तुम्ही एक्झाम्पल घेऊ शकता. समजा T4 काय 40 सेकंड आहे, T3 काय म्हणला मी समजा 30 सेकंड आहे, T2 काय म्हणलं मी समजा 20 सेकंड आहे, राईट, बरोबर. मग आता किंवा काही पण घेऊ शकता, T1, T2, T0 काही पण घेऊ शकता. समजा मग दोघांमधला टाइम काय, 0 पासून तर 40 सेकंड चौथ्याला लागला, 0 पासून तर 30 सेकंड तर काय समजा तिसऱ्या वॅक्सला लागला. मग ह्या दोघांमधला वेळ काय, 40 - 30 = 10, 30 - 20 = 10, अशा पद्धतीने. मग आता आपल्याला कसा घ्यायचा टाइम इंटरव्हल, कसा भेटेल, दॅट इज इक्वल्स टू T4 - T3 इज नथिंग बट ए टाइम इंटरव्हल बिटवीन अल्टरनेट वॅक्स. T3 - T2 इज नथिंग बट ए टाइम इंटरव्हल बिटवीन अल्टरनेट वॅक्स. म्हणजे एका नंतर लगेच दुसऱ्याला किती वेळ लागला त्यासाठी, दॅट इज नंतर हा T2 - T1 काय भेटेल, टाइम इंटरव्हल बिटवीन अल्टरनेट वॅक्स. मग आता T4 ची किंमत किती आहे, T4 इज इक्वल्स टू हाऊ मच, 3 divided by n1 - n2. 3 divided by n1 - n2. What is the T3 now? What is the T3? T3 2 divided by n1 - n2. 2 divided by n1 - n2. What is the T3 now? T3 2 divided by n1 - n2. 2 divided by n1 - n2. Minus ही subtraction नंतर करूया. नंतर T2 will be equals to what? T2 will be equals to 1 divided by n1 - n2. 1 divided by n1 - n2. What is the T2 again? Same. 1 divided by n1 - n2. What is the T1? T1 will be equals to 0 - 0. ही सबट्रॅक्शन जर केली, ही सबट्रॅक्शन केली, तर ही सबट्रॅक्शन केली, तर प्रत्येक वेळेस आपल्याला फिक्स टाइम भेटेल. तो किती भेटेल बघा. डिनॉमिनेटर सेम राहील, n1 - n2. Right? What is the difference? What is the subtraction? Denominator same. Numerator is subtraction. 2 - 1, that is equals to 1 divided by n1 - n2. What is the subtraction between these two terms? If we subtract 0 from any term, so that term will remain as it is. So this is a what? This is a time interval between two successive wax. This is a time interval between two successive wax. This is a time interval between two successive wax. So that's the reason why this is a time interval. But we don't want to stop over here. We wanted to find out the frequency. So frequency is nothing but inverse of this. So frequency of that wax, frequency of wax will be is equal to inverse of time interval of wax. So what? This is the time interval of wax. This is the time interval of wax. This is the time interval of wax. Right? So by putting the value of time interval, so everywhere that is same, that is equal to 1 upon. This is the time interval of wax. That is 1 upon n1 - n2. So a upon b upon c, c will go to the numerator. So what is the frequency? Now we got the frequency. N will be equal to this n2, n1 - n2 will move upward in a numerator. So this is the frequency of we can say that wax.